Today's agenda is to get you started with sponsored ads, and we will take you through what kinds of ad products we have on offer for you, and also how do you get started with sponsored products, sponsored brands, and stores. How do you create your first campaign, and how do you go about it, optimizing it further ahead. So, like I was mentioning, these are the three ad products which you can use. Basically, sponsored products and sponsored brands are the two ad products, and stores is like a add-on to sponsored brands. It's like your mini website inside Amazon. Sponsored brands and sponsor and brand stores are something which only brand owners can use, while sponsored products is an ad product which everyone can use, provided they have a buy box winning ASIN. And also, just to clarify a question which comes to us again and again, that I'm a new seller, how will I ever get buy box? That is kind of a myth. Now, all new sellers do have buy box for a certain amount of time, unless and until you, may spoil your order defect rate by not shipping in correct time, or your account health is not in proper shape. You can expect that you will have the buy box for some time, and you can start advertising right away. So first, I will take you through what benefits you get out of using sponsored products. Sponsored products is basically the native ASIN ads. It is just one product which shows as sponsored written on top. You would have seen those ads coming up in the search results page, in product detail page, in add to cart section, and also while checking out. Besides the customer reviews, you will find these ads. These are native ads which will have only one ASIN, and there will be sponsored written on top of that. So this is a way through which you can feature in the page one or two in search results, because as many of us know that people do not spend more than uh, half a second to surf through page one and page two. So it is very important for you to feature your product in the first few pages of the search. It's also very important for your products to get displayed with a product detail page wherein a customer has shown some intent to buy that product. So basically, these ad positions help you get discovered, right? So discovery is the first phase of a consumer journey. If I'm trying to look for a product on Amazon, I'll first go and search for it. Say, for example, I'm looking for a Bluetooth headset. I'll go and search for a Bluetooth headset on the search bar, and I can see your ads on the search results. Once I select any product, I can see your ads in that product page which I was originally considering to buy. But now that I see your product, I might be interested in your product and change my decision of buying the earlier product and end up buying your product. So these two are the first two stages that a consumer takes. Then maybe if I have decided on buying a particular Bluetooth headset, I'll add it to the cart. So once I've added to the cart, even at that point in time, your ad can show up. So here there's a good chance of you to influence the shopper to change their buying decision and consider your product to be bought, right? Maybe they will just remove the earlier product from their add to cart and from their cart and add your product to the cart. Also, while going through the customer reviews, if your ad shows up, and probably if I'm looking at a Bluetooth headset which has not so good customer reviews, it has flaws in it, and people have written that it's not a durable product, it's not a great product, and I see your ad, which is probably a 4-star rated ad, 4-star rated product, I might want myself to go ahead and consider your product and buy your product eventually. So that's the first phase which helps you get discovered, which is possible to sponsored products. It helps you reach out to relevant shoppers. So this is very important. If you have been advertising, say, on radio or newspaper or on other advertising platforms, you do not have a control over who you are reaching out to. So that ad can be visible to lakhs and lakhs of people, but you don't know if they are the correct set of people your product should be appealing to. So sponsored products has a lot of features and controls for you to reach out to the correct set of people. There's something called a product targeting feature which helps you target a particular brand, even a particular ASIN where your ad should appear. Of course, there is keyword targeting, which was the original targeting which sponsored products started with, and now you have a lot more control on targeting the particular shopper that you are trying to reach out to. So here, why this is important is because you don't spend your money on unnecessary clicks. You only reach out to shoppers who are more intending to buy your kind of product. And hence, 1 plus 2, these two steps lead to increase in sales. Like you can understand, the more visible you get, more sales you get. Moving ahead, so these are relatively new features. Keyword match types has always been there for some time. Product targeting is also something that has been launched a year back. Bidding control is also something which was launched a year back. So this is relatively new for all sellers. So we will discuss all these three in details. So first we jump into types of targeting. So, like the 40% of my audience are kind of new to ads. So, I will quickly run through the basic categories of targeting that we have. The first type of targeting is automatic targeting, where you don't really have to do anything from your end. Amazon helps you out with the targeting and with where your ad should appear. So, you don't have to select any uh, keywords. You don't have to do a campaign with selecting the products you want to target or brands you want to target. You just need to set your campaign name. You can a portfolio is kind of optional. You can create different portfolios and you can create different campaigns under it. You can select a start date and end date, like you see here. We always recommend that select no end date, because sometimes you forget to unpause your campaign and you miss out on your opportunities of sale. The next thing you want to do is select your daily budget. What we recommend is for sponsored products, you can start off with a daily budget from anything from 300 to 500, and based on the output or conversion that you have, you can optimize it later on. So the first thing for the 40% of you who are not on ads, that I would recommend is to start off with automatic targeting. Once you do automatic targeting, you will get a hang of it. You will look at the reports, the search term reports, etc., and you will understand which all keywords are giving you good conversion. I'll come to it later in this session in the next few slides. The second type of targeting that we have is manual targeting. Manual targeting is a step more complex than automatic targeting, and it has two different types of targeting under manual targeting. One is keyword targeting, the second is product targeting. In keyword targeting, you will have to select the keywords. Keywords is something which is also the term which the customer is searching for. For example, if I am searching for a red cotton sari, red cotton sari will be the customer search term, right? If you have added these terms in your campaign as your keywords, when the customer search term matches with the keywords in your campaign, your ad has a probability of coming up. Now, the sequential next question would be, so, what is the logic behind fetching these ads and showing my ads? How do I know that my ad will come up and not some other seller's ad will come up? So, there are two factors which goes in here to fetch an ad. One is what keywords you have used, and the second is uh, the relevance of the keyword you have used and the search term which has gone in from the customer's end. That is one, that is relevance, and the other thing that goes in is the bid, right? So here, the mix of two of these criteria will determine whether your ad will get shown up or not. We have seen some new sellers bidding really low and complaining that my ads never show up or we are not getting visibility. That doesn't really work that way, because you have a suggested bid, which I'll come to in the next few slides. You should always refer to the suggested bid range. If you want to go a little aggressive, you have to bid higher than the suggested bid. If you want to you are a little conservative about your ad spend, you can bid lower. But just like I mentioned, if a lot of people are bidding much higher than you, your ad has lesser probability to show up. So always bid higher than the suggested bid or at the suggested bid. And if you're having a campaign running for say a week and then you pause it, it will not really give you any benefit, because we always recommend that you run the automatic targeting campaign for at least 1.5 months to 2 months. See which all keywords has given you good output. Use those keywords in creating a manual targeting. According to success that you have got with these keywords, you can uplift the bids of the good keywords and you can down size the bid of the bad keywords. You also have a feature called negative keyword targeting. You go ahead and add those keywords which are giving you clicks but no conversion in your negative targeting. I'll come to all that in details. The next type of targeting is product targeting. Like I was mentioning, in product targeting, you can target a particular price range, a particular brand, particular products, like a particular ASIN which you think is very similar to the ASIN that you sell. You can target that ASIN bang on. So these are the basic targeting features that we have. So now I will come to keyword targeting and explain things to you in greater detail. So like I've already mentioned, in keyword targeting campaign, you need to put in the keywords that you think are relevant to your products. Like you see here in this example. So this is a new feature which has come in now, and this gives you across broad phrase and exact match types. How much should you bid, right? Like you can see there is a suggested bid that comes up, and across each match type you have a bid which is mentioned. So I'll quickly go through what is broad phrase and exact for new sellers who don't know what these mean. Broad is basically it the customer search term matches with very close variations of your of the terms of the keywords that you have used in your campaign. Phrase, so broad will take into consideration everything that you have mentioned in your product description and your product title, while phrase will only consider the product title in a very close variation. Like if you have entered women's shoes, it will also match with someone who is searching for shoes for women, right? Exact is something which is very exact, like iPhone pink 8 GB. If you have entered this word as keyword, these words as keywords in your campaign, and customer comes and searches for these keywords exactly in that order, only then your ad will come up, right? So like you see a very simple example on your screen. If you have added phone case as keyword, when a shopper comes and searches for the term phone case, your ad has the probability of coming up. Again, like I mentioned before, it is also a product of the relevance of your keyword and the search term and your ad, and also the bid that you have placed for this particular keyword. So this is a new keyword picker. I'm sure the 60% of my audience who have been doing sponsored ads, this is also new for you. So you can go ahead and use this, because earlier the question we faced again and again from sellers was that I don't know how to change my bid across the match types. So now this is an easier feature for you to understand. Like you see, if it is exact, you have to bid. So for the first keyword that you see on your screen, uh, the the broad match is actually showing a higher suggested bid than exact. So which means if you are going to get a lot of eyeballs, you need to bid higher for this particular keyword, while in exact it is 5.43, in broad it is 16.60, right? You see the opposite thing happening in the lower example. In broad it is 5.93, in exact it is 12.37. So it is manually impossible for you to understand which keyword in which phrase type should I bid how much. This is a very good proxy. You should always use this. You also have a range. So suggested bid is kind of the median. If you see the range, you will understand how much people are actually bidding. So 33.3 is the highest. It would be around 85th percentile of all the bids that has gone in for this particular keyword, right? So 16.6 is kind of in the middle. So if you want a 50-50 chance of your ads appearing, you should bid somewhere near 16.6. If you want your ads to always appear and on top of the search, you need to bid close to 33.3, right? So that is the kind of algorithm we have. You can also have your ads appear at a lower bid sometimes. So that's like the game. You know that the bids are changing real time all the time, so there is no control over this. We'll come to the automatic bidding control part later, which will save you of the efforts of constantly going and changing the bids manually. So this is also something which is very useful. Search term report is something where you will see all the customer search terms, like you see your health, weight, protein for kids, Horlick protein for kids, and all of that. These are the customer search term. What has it matched with? You had added. So this particular seller had added protein for kids in phrase type, and this has given him one click, and 50 rupees has been spent on it, right? So this will give you a fair idea of the real time spends that you're making across each keyword. You don't have to download it, it will appear on your dashboard in the ad group level instantly. Another clause for this search term report in UI is that it captures anything that has given you at least one click, and 65 days of history is captured in this. Moving ahead, the next type of targeting that I had discussed before, which I will discuss in greater details now, is product targeting. So, product targeting helps you target a particular category. It helps you target a particular price range. You can also target by brand. You can target by particular star ratings also. So a couple of quick suggestions here. For example, if you have just launched a product in a particular category and you want to kind of show your ad everywhere in that category, you want for some time, you want really good visibility so that uh, people know about your brand, people know about your products, and they go ahead and buy them. So this is very good to target the whole category in that case. Like you can understand, it will be a little more expensive because you're targeting the entire category, and a lot of people will see your ads. The next thing that we come to is targeting by price range. See, for example, if you sell a product which is for example, if you are selling, say, saris in the range of 500 to 2000, right? And you want to target all the saris which are in the range of 500 to 2000. So you can target by price range. You will find, so when you select product targeting in your campaign, and you go ahead and select the particular category, you can see an option called refine on the right. When you click on refine, all these will open up: brands, price range, star ratings. So if you are targeting a particular price range, you can select that, put in that in the first image that you see, you put in the price range that you want to target. So a lot of shoppers would go ahead and select the price range of products that they want to view, and based on that, your ads will appear in particular price ranges which you have targeted. You can also target by brands. You know which are the relevant brands to the products that you sell, or the closest brands to your particular brand. So these are the brands that you want to target, and you have a list of suggested brands that will open up. You can either select from that. You can also manually search for brands which you think are close players to your brand, and you can target those brands. You can also target by star ratings. A very good use case here is if you have products which have higher star ratings. Say, for example, if you have a 4-star rated a Bluetooth headset, and your ad is appearing with a product which has probably 2-star or 3-star, consumers will be interested to see your product, seeing the high star rating. So a good use case here is to target products with star ratings lower than yours, so that when your ad appears, it attracts customers to view your ad and ultimately purchase your ad. Like I've mentioned before, you can also target individual products. You will have a list of products coming in as suggested, like you see here. You can target each of these products or select which all products you want to target. So when you target an individual product, so your ad will appear in the search results with these products, or in the product detail page with these products. So wherever these products are being seen by the consumer, your ads will has a probability to appear there. So this is how you target them, and you see the orange circled ones are the ones you have targeted. Now we'll come to negative product targeting. What is negative product targeting? It helps you not let your ad appear with a certain product with certain brands, and that is also possible through product targeting. You will have an option, a section which says negative targeting. When you are creating a product targeting campaign, you can add those brands or those products in your negative product targeting where you do not want your ads to appear. So good example here, for example, if you're selling say Fossil, and you do not want people who are looking for fast track watches to see your ad and unnecessarily click, because as you know, people do like options, they want to see high end products, but probably they will not end up buying it. Somebody who's looking at fast track is probably kind of looking at a low budget watch. They might not end up buying a Fossil watch. So a good way of negating these clicks is to add these brands in your negative targeting. So like you see in this image, there are two options: exclude brands, exclude products. So fast track is something I want to exclude, so you search for fast track and you exclude it. So just going through the benefits of product targeting yet again. You can precisely target where your ads appear. You can target the whole category. You can target individual products, brands, particular price ranges, even star ratings. Few new controls which have come up, which might not be relevant for everyone. One is genre, one is age. Genre is more relevant for audio and cooking. Age is relevant for toys, baby clothes, etc., where age is an important parameter through which we select and see the products we want to view. The other new control that has come in is shipping. You can target ASINs which are prime eligible and ASINs which are non-prime. So this helps you upsell and cross sell in a way. If you target your own products and your ad appears along with your own product, the sale ultimately has a high probability to remain with you, because you're getting an opportunity to show your product portfolio, or I mean not the entire product portfolio, but few more options from your product portfolio. So for example, if I'm selling red Kanjivaram sari, and I want the consumer who is seeing that product to also see different designs of the red Kanjivaram sari that I might have in my portfolio. So you can target your own product and display the ads that you want to cross sell. Another example would be to upsell your products which are slightly higher in range. If I am looking at a shoe which is say 500 rupees, and I suddenly look at another shoe from your own brand which is kind of 1000 rupees, and I like that product and I end up buying, that is upselling, right? So if you target a lower ranged product in your own product portfolio, and you showcase a product which is a high end product or a little more expensive than the one the customer was viewing, you have the opportunity to upsell your high range products. So we will quickly come to the bidding strategies. So we have new bidding controls now, which are called dynamic bidding controls. So there are three types of bidding strategies available. One is dynamic bids down only, one is dynamic bids up and down, and the third one is fixed bids. The first two are controlled by Amazon's algorithm. Your bids will change in real time basis the probability of a sale. The first one we come to is dynamic bids down only. Here, Amazon's algorithm will reduce your bids in real time if it thinks that there's a less possibility of the click converting to a sale. For example, if say your ad is appearing in such a position that maybe it might not turn into a sale, it will have a lower bid. Similarly, in the second option, dynamic bids up and down, Amazon's algorithm will in real time either uplift your bids if there is a higher possibility of a sale, or downsize your bid in terms of when there's a less chance of conversion to a sale. So for these two, you don't have to physically go and change the bids constantly or do anything. You just set a default bid that you see has been set as rupees 5 here, and it will automatically change to up and down if you're selecting the second option like you see in the example. It will go downwards if there is a lesser conversion possibility if you have selected the first option. Like this third option reads, it will not be changed at all. So whatever bids you have selected, it will be fixed. You also have additional controls where your ads will appear. It can appear on top of search, or it can appear on product pages based on the adjust bids by placement, this option you see in the image, right? So for example, if you have selected 30% increase, your bid will go up to 3 rupees, bid will go up to 3.90. That is a 30% increase if you want your ads to appear on top of the search, right? So you can select by how much you are willing to pay for this two locations, these two ad locations. You can select it. So you can increase your bids by 900%. If I'm an aggressive advertiser and I want my ads to appear on top of search almost every time, I would go ahead and select something close to 900%. That's going very aggressive. Based on your appetite and your willingness to spend on a particular location, you can select this option. And also one more point, don't get confused between the bidding controls and placement adjustments. These two things go hand in hand. It is like this plus this. So if you have selected dynamic bids up and down, and there is a high possibility of converting it into a sale, your bid will go up. Say you have bid 3 rupees, bid will go up to say 4.5 rupees. Plus, if you have selected a 30% increase here, it will add to that, right? So these two are additive. You can also have a view of where your ads have appeared and what bidding strategies was applied, and the impressions and clicks and CTR that you got from the placement report. This is available in your reports tab under advertising. So quickly go through what all concerns a brand owner usually has in their business. Like, how do I let shoppers get to know about my brand? How do I drive trials of my brand? So because first stage of any consumer journey is consideration and awareness. So as long as your customer is not aware of your brand, they will not be able to consider your brand. If they do not consider your brand, they will not make a purchase. So these two first steps is possible through sponsored brands. You make your customer aware of your brand, and hence the customer considers your brand, and then they buy your brand and become a loyal customer of your brand later. So sponsored brand ads allow you to have three ASINs on like a banner kind of an ad, and it has your brand logo, it has a customizable headline, and uh, you can direct traffic from sponsored brand ads to either your brand store or a landing page that you can select and choose your ASINs that should be featuring in that. Anyone who clicks on the ASINs that are there, on the three ASINs which are there on your sponsored brand ad, they will be directly taken to the product detail page of these ASINs. So like I mentioned before, you need to have a trademark certificate for your brand, or a domain ID with your brand name, domain email ID with your brand name with a .com domain. And people who have already done brand registry, they can directly go ahead and find that option on your Seller Central advertising tab. So sponsored brands, like I've already mentioned, gives you more visibility than sponsored products, because you have a whole lot of place where you can showcase three of your best selling ASINs. You also call out your brand's USP, or what your brand actually stands for, with a customizable headline. You can drive shoppers to your brand store, which is like a mini website inside Amazon, and you can actually display your best selling products in a landing page. So this is what a sponsored brand ad looks like. So here goes your brand logo, your customizable headline, three ASINs. So placements that we have for sponsored brands are these: on top of search, on side of search, and below the search results. So now that's the overview of sponsored brand ads, and now you can and now we'll quickly take you through what are stores. Stores are multi-page website inside Amazon, so you will have your own URL. By URL, I would mean www.amazon.in/Biba, or your brand name. You will have that URL which you can share even outside Amazon, and you can drive traffic to your brand store, because ultimately the purchase is going to happen on Amazon. So you want to drive traffic from your social media channels or from your external pages that you might have on web, and you can drive traffic for to your stores, and you can track at a source level from which source you have got how many traffic, how many people have come into your store from which um, source, from which media. So creation of a store is absolutely free. You don't need to pay anything for creating your store. You need to be a brand owner for sure. That's the only criteria, and it's a very plug and play kind of a, yeah, kind of an interface. You don't need to have any HTML, or you don't need to have any design experience for creating your store. It has widgets which you can plug and play and create your own store. It's just like creating your social media profile. So this is a good example of these two are good examples of stores that have really seen value on Amazon. Like you see here, Wow has created different pages. If you are dealing in different product lines, you can have different pages created. Like you see here, shampoos and conditioner, hair care, skin care, shower gels, nutrition, etc. are the different pages that they've created. You can add videos, you can add images, you can add your brand story, like you see here. You see that Dyson has put in a mission that their inventor has is a quote from their inventor, and you see how beautifully they have told or called out their brand story. So right now we've come to an end of this session. Thank you. Have a good day.